Hi guys, how you doing? My name is David Odinaya, aka ZGM Adet, and I want to welcome you once again to another series of Crazyhouse Masterclass. And today is going to be series two of our tactics training. We're using a Crazy House puzzle website. This website was introduced to me by the one and only John Lee, who's the world champion in Crazy House. And ever since then, I've been using this to kind of train myself and also trying to help upcoming Crazy House chess players in developing their skills. And to be honest, it's an exercise for me. What I try and do sometimes is that I try and make sure that the poses I'm doing them live. So it's like I'm teaching some of my students, and at the same time, I'm also learning. So in this series, you see me, trying to look for moves, is because I want you to look at, for us to go through it together. So today, we're just going to continue where we stopped and do a bit of practicing together. I'm just going to make sure that everything's working fine. We've got a live audience going on at the moment. So, but I don't think I'll have the chance to have a chat with them because I want to concentrate on you guys because you guys is the most important thing in terms of what this class is about. So let's just get things started. So the first puzzle before. So when you are looking at a puzzle, you always have to ensure that this kind of puzzles they're mostly um, forced mates. So Crazy House, what I've come to discover about Crazy House is that it's unforgiving. The moment you let slip just one lose a tempo, that could mean the end of the game for you. And that is the worst thing about Crazy House. Like I said, it's not forgiving at all. It's so. It can be brutal. But when you're winning and winning, having a nice time, yeah, you can enjoy it. But when you come under attack, um, it's not really that nice. And that's why I said when you get an opportunity to kill off your opponent, you have to take it. And so this is what all these puzzles about. So in some of the puzzles, we see black to move or white to move. So the one we have before us right now is black to move. So we're looking at first mate. So one of the things you have to look at where all your pieces are, see how they coordinate. Now white on the other hand, yes, it does have a pawn here, um, which is kind of attacking this knight. Uh, you know, plan to take this. But apart from that, even if it takes, it's not really okay. It's got a queen and pawn here, but black still has some decent, some decent defense around it. But in this puzzle, the thing is that it's your time to move, and you need to kill it. You need to make sure that your moves are spot on. So let's look at what we have. So in this puzzle, we have queen attacking this pawn. So that's a direct attack on the king. And then also we have look at this rook X-ray in the king. So though yeah, the rook may not be immediately facing the king, but all it takes is for this knight to move away either to this square or that square or wherever, and the rook will be placing the king under attack. So it is a threat, or let's say we can call it an indirect threat. Now, look at the spaces. Now, let's look at the white king. So, as it is right now, the king cannot move. So it can't move here because it's protected by the queen. See, queen, and then we have the knight here, which is also protecting that. So, in other words, the king is trapped. But we're talking about mating. So whatever you play, you have to think about one thing: limiting the space that your opponent's king has in order to move, and also making sure that you move in such a way that your pieces can coordinate with one another to enforce that mate. So in this one, it looks like some of you will say, "Oh yeah, I know the answer already." Yeah, this is quite a simple one, but there's some people who are still learning how to, pick up all the tricks in Crazy House. So this for you might just be a revision. For some people, might be just it might wow them. So we're probably going to be going from easy puzzles to harder puzzles. So yeah, some of you might have realized the first move we have here is we move the knight. Now we have two places where we can move the knight. We can either move the knight here or move the knight here. But I think moving the knight to f3 is kind of better because on this square, if the knight's here, it attacks attacks this square, and that square. And you want to make sure that you can block off as many exits for the king as possible. So our first move is here. Now the fact that this it hasn't gone red here means that that's a very good move. Remember, I saying find the best move. So you can see why this move because it's a false mate. Now we could say we take the pawn with the rook. However, don't forget rook is limited in its movement compared to the queen. Okay, the queen can move in every direction or on except move like a knight, of course. So I'll say your strongest piece and the best chance of mating the king will be for you to use your queen. So we go queen takes pawn. So we can see the king was forced to move. Now let's look at this now. Now we can see that the king, if checked again by any piece, see has this square and this square to escape. So these are the only two square. So like I said, that's why I said whatever you do, always make sure you calculate it and calculate it very fast. You're not going to have the time to spend the whole time in the world to kind of analyze. So you have to really know, and that's why you always have to practice. So we want to make another forced move. Remember, every move has to be forced. It has to be very, very forced. So what we do now, we also know there's a rook here. So if you check the king and the king moves, you have to know that this rook is going to be facing your queen. But the good news is that we already have a piece here attacking the rook here. So, and the good thing for us is that there is no piece that white has that's protecting that rook except for the king. Okay, so that's good for us. So we make another move. That's a good move, isn't it? And then, like I said, there's no other piece protecting this rook except the king itself. But don't forget, if a king cannot take a piece that's been protected by another piece. So easy peasy, queen takes king, and that's mate. So see how easy that was. But like I said in the last class, is the easier ones are the ones you miss. Just how I didn't see that. I've seen so many times players playing and the kind of things they miss. Even myself, I miss some of those moves. So it's not just another person. Even myself, I do miss some of them. So what we do? Let's go to the next puzzle. Okay. So here we are. It says white to play. This looks like one of those familiar positions. I've seen it. I think I've seen this before. Now, let's see. What does white have? So in here, white has a pawn. Only just one pawn. Wow, that's kind of. Yes, only one pawn. So let's see. Where do we go? We have to do it in. We have to be very careful how we do this. Um. Hmm, how do we do best move? Looking for. Been told that we have to look for the best move. Hmm. Sit down, pam pam pam. Now this is left to me because it's a puzzle. That's why I say because to me I just continue playing and I've got many moves that I can play, but we're looking for that precise move, and that's why, in a way, let's see, check check. Can we get anything in there? Hmm. And we don't want this king to move away. check, check. If we bring the queen back, as even looking at check, check. So have you guys seen what you want to play? What would you play here? I'm going to try something here. Let's try something. I'm going to try something. I might miss it, but let's see. Oh, we see. It doesn't like that. It doesn't like that. So let's retry puzzle. See, that's why I said I mean, like I said, in an ordinary game, this is easy peasy. I would win this any day, anytime. But because now it's asking for, so what if we do, so it has to be forced, isn't it? So if it's going to be forced, then hmm, we've got a pawn, but I don't want to use it. Okay, I can play something, but oh no, it can still go there, can unless it wants us to take. I'll bring out a knight, but let's see what it. See, it still doesn't like it. Okay. See here, queen takes, queen takes. If we come back with queen, let's see what happens. We move queen. I know definitely it's not a queen move. Oh, he actually loves it. Okay, he loves the queen move. Okay, that means this is the next move. Okay, have you got? So what's it looking for then? So we already found out that okay, this is one of the moves. But if we drop the pawn there, so it doesn't like the drop pawn. If we do rook takes, ah, if we place a pawn here, a knight has to take it. Do you know what? I found it. Look at this, guys. See, that's why I said, watch this, guys. Pawn here. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Can you see that? Check, check, and check. My God. Do you see the reason why I don't want to learn, I don't want to go through these puzzles before I come on live? Because I want you guys to see how much effort you have to put into it. Because look at it, it took us quite a while to get there. But the thing is that we did it. But it's just those things, little things you have to figure. I mean, let's go back. Let's go back and look at it again. Retry puzzle. Now look at this now. I was thinking like so here what we should have been looking at, that what are these escaping squares for the king. So here, if there's no queen here, so it's only here and probably here. So, and the way I was going to go, I would still probably win the game, but it takes longer. So I think they're looking for the quickest win, the best move. So, and the best move was come here, push the king back. Now, the problem, what I was thinking of dropping here, but then the question is if I block, if I put a pawn on here, king goes here, and then it takes a while. We still win because look at the position so bad for black. However, if you look at this, if we put bishop here, if we play bishop here, then he can block with the pawn, and that means this becomes an escaping square for the king. So what we then do is we'll put a pawn here, check, which king can't take. So knight has to take or pawn take, and then we go here. So that's the only square left for him. And then we come back here and mate. That is so beautiful, guys. Honestly, so beautiful. So let's see. Let's do another one and see how we do with that. I love this. So you can know that tactics needs hard work. So okay, black to play. So let's see what we're dealing with. So we got this bishop aiming to take this queen with a check. Ooh, nasty. And then we got this knight planning to take this bishop with a check. However, it's pinned. So that's one thing to take note of. So what are we doing here? Let's see. Pa pa pa, pam pam. We know that we can't. And remember, we said puzzles. When you're dealing with puzzles like this, you have to hit the nail on the head quick. It has to be fast, fast and sharp. So definitely, you know that there's one move you will make here that would can become a consistent check on the king. So even if it means you have to sacrifice, and the first thing I'll think of is, okay, I want a piece of you, okay, and the first thing I would do is I'll take rook takes. Uh-oh, do bear with me, guys. I think my mouse seems to be going in a circle. This should be happening on video, but let's wait see if we can get it back in time. So in my mind, I'm thinking why that we're waiting for that to come back. I'm thinking of rook takes. I'm thinking of rook takes bishop. So what then happens? He can, he, okay. He can put. Let's see here. Come on, don't do this to me. See it going round. See, no, don't do this. Uh, see if we can you imagine this happening on live TV. Okay, let's see if I can get hold of this mouse here. Why is it going round? Okay, let's see. Will this work? I don't know how many people this has happened to before. Because if this is the case, we might have to end this class here. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. We've got it back. We got it back. Okay. So see what's happened. So let's so it's put the pawn in front of there. So do we? What can we do here? What can we do here? Do we go check, check, check? We need something here. So we got a queen. I think I will go. I will go with rook takes. So yes, I knew it had to be something like that. And then can we actually? Let's see. Can we do a queen? So we got another queen here. So I'm trying to see if we do. Is there a way we can? I would probably do this to keep it. Yes, I knew I had to. We had to put him in there, and even with a little pawn, we can do the magic. We can do pawn drop here, bam, and mate. Look at that, guys. Look at that. That's a beauty, guys. So you see what happened is to try. See, let's see if we can try and go back again. Look at it again. Okay. So the main thing is to try to get the king closer to your side of the board rather than allowing him to retreat. So by playing this, he knows that if he doesn't block that pawn and he moves back, the queen is going to be mate. That's just mate because it's already been hemmed in by his own pieces. Remember how I said in the other class that when that sometimes your opponent's pieces helps you in taking care of mating your opponent. But then when we did rook takes pawn, I was thinking if he took with this, then if he took with a pawn, then a knight will come on this square and check. And wherever he goes, there's going to be mate on this background here because we have a queen. So he had no choice. And we dropped the queen behind him because sometimes I've seen people drop a pawn, like drop a pawn on this square, and then the king goes back here, and then they start chasing again. Eventually win the game, but that's not the best move. Remember, the name of the game is find the best move, and you have to find it very quick. So queen comes here, check. Knight blocks, so the king is hemmed in. He's only got this. In fact, he's only got this square left. So what we do is we push him out of his comfort zone. Get him out of his comfort zone. Bring him here, check, and we come here, check, and that's it, guys. So things like this. I know we've only done two. I think we've only done three puzzles, but it's just to let you get the idea of kind of things, ideas behind the tactics, what you should be doing, trying to get the king closer to your side of the board where you have all your pieces. Look, always take advantage of kings that are vulnerable yet have themselves hemmed in by their own pieces. So I'm sorry about that little glitch in the middle there where we had to wait for the mouse to recover. But guys, this is just examples. We're going to be doing a lot more of these and different ideas. But I think by the time there's a lot of videos available, you can watch them, to do your own practice and just make use of them. So this is quite good. So thank you guys for joining me this class. This is series 2. So see you in series 3. Bye.